Mayor Daniel Lurie's decision to give Waymo driverless cars access to Market Street is stirring up some anger among taxi drivers and ride-sharing companies.
Now, to understand how controversial this really is, you have to go back to 2019 when cars were first banned from Market Street in the downtown area.
Right.
And ABC7 News Building a Better Bay Area reporter Leanne Melendez is here. Is this going to lead to a resurgence of a bunch of cars on Market Street?
Well, the deal is that Lyft and Uber are saying, well, if you're allowing Waymo, what about us? And then some drivers are saying, okay, if you're going to allow all of them, what about us? Shouldn't we have access too? But here's the deal. Lyft and Uber don't have commercial licenses. Waymo does. That's one of the reasons why they will be allowed on Market Street. Now, the SFMTA is not happy because their buses are running fine without Waymo in the way. Now, the cab drivers are really upset because until now they have had exclusive access to that section of Market Street. So you see, this has created a hullabaloo of sorts. The possibility of reintroducing cars on Market Street is once again a talker.
Cars, of course. This makes it real inconvenient to go into stores when you can't go on Market.
Not cars, Waymo's okay.
At the insistence of Mayor Daniel Lurie, Waymo robo-taxis owned by Google will soon be operating on Market Street downtown, where until now only buses, taxis, and most commercial vehicles have been allowed. Taxi drivers are the first to tell us allowing Waymo on their turf will further cripple their business.
We've already had to fight through, Uber and Lyft, and now Waymo is just they have no limit on how many they can have in the city.
Matthew Sutter has been a cab driver for 33 years. Like many, he's still paying for the $250,000 medallion he purchased when the city began selling hundreds of them in 2010. It generated millions of dollars for the city and helped SFMTA with its then large budget deficit. But once the ride-sharing companies Uber and Lyft came online, the taxi medallions were basically worthless.
One of my biggest concerns with the new mayor, too, is, feeding tech again. We're going through the same process of feeding tech. They build up and then they just abandon us. They're not bringing anything back into the city.
Now Uber and Lyft are demanding that they too be allowed to pick up and drop off passengers on Market Street. And some are asking, should it be also opened once again to any vehicle?
All those in favor of this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, unanimous. Congratulations, folks.
To understand this dispute, we have to go back to this 2019 hearing when the SFMTA board unanimously voted to approve a 2.2-mile-long Better Market Street plan from Stewart Street to Octavia Boulevard. The plan included, among many other things, banning cars. At the time, the estimated cost of the project was $604 million. This is how SFMTA described it.
Once-in-a-generation transformation of Market Street. Let's just have this be the first of many car-free streets we have in San Francisco. We will all probably be astonished how fantastic this will be when it gets done, and we will be chomping at the bit to do more of them.
Again, that was 2019, and today, no one is chomping at the bit because that so-called transformation of Market Street may never be completed. As of February of this year, only phase 1 of 3 phases of the plan have been finished, and the SFMTA has no funds or grants and certainly no federal dollars to complete it. They told us, quote, the SFMTA is facing a significant budget deficit of more than $320 million, and economic uncertainties are ongoing. What back in 2019 would have cost $604 million, they say, is close to $1 billion in today's economy. This has left many supporters disappointed.
I think what we're left with is to work with what we have and try to make the best of it.
Wait.
Phase 1 included traffic signal upgrades, sidewalk bulb outs, ADA-compliant curb ramps, and wider sidewalks, and those have all been done by Public Works. But not every protected curbside bicycle lane has been added, and parts of Market Street are still in need of repaving. Here's what Public Works said of street conditions in that 2019 SFMTA hearing.
As you can see in this photo, the asphalt pavement is worn and needs to be replaced.
But as of today, parts of Market Street still have not been repaved because SFMTA now says the mega project would have required ripping up Market Street with construction for years, even though in 2019 it was part of that plan.
The energy has been electric.
In the meantime, Mayor Lurie is staying clear of those broken promises while allowing Waymo on Market Street to, in his words, help revitalize the downtown and mid-market areas.
Hola.
Somos Manuel y
Lola.
Lola.
Look at all these people seeing good things going on.
Fernando Pujals with the Mid-Market Business Association is not opposed to having Waymo on Market Street.
I think that it behooves us to kind of take tests of different things, do it incrementally, see what's working, what's not, and be nimble. Businesses have to look at what's right in front of them, here and now, right? And what we have right here and now is a lot of great activity coming to mid-market.
But some merchants believe reintroducing all vehicles will help to revitalize the area.
Because it's just a taxi and a bus passing and no any car traffic, just, we need more people, more car traffic.
Others oppose going back to how it was because they say you can't ignore the positives of the plan, like a sharp reduction of collisions once cars were banned.
There's 40% fewer crashes, injury collisions that have been happening on Market since cars were removed in 2020.
Without cars, muni buses have been transporting people at a much faster pace, much to the satisfaction of passengers.
If we bring back cars to Market, we're going to see a decrease in transit efficiency, Muni's going to get slower, and we're going to see more dangerous conditions for people walking and biking.
So when those cab drivers bought their medallions, the city used that money to bail out the SFMTA. When the cab drivers faced competition from Lyft and Uber, the cab drivers asked the city for help. Meanwhile, New York City cabbies were given grants from the city to lower their medallion debt. San Francisco has given cab drivers no financial assistance. And until now, they have been the ones allowed to directly pick up passengers at SFO. But Mayor Lurie is allowing Waymo to map the airport, hoping that eventually Waymo, too, will have access to the airport. And that may kill the cab drivers here.
Yeah.
That's what they're telling me.
Yeah.
It's already a difficult situation.
Yeah. I feel so bad for them. When rideshare came on, there really was nothing.
Yeah, and you pay so much money for those medallions.
Yeah.
It just feels like there's no one-size-fits-all solution here. Somebody's going to be unhappy no matter what they decide.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And some are saying, well, this is the way things happen, the transformation, but really you got to feel for those cab drivers.
I mean, but it could maybe possibly help mid-market.
Yeah,
So
which needs help.
Yeah. Thanks, Leanne.
Sure.